Hi everybody! Thank you for watching my video. So tonight I'm creating this video on how to set your goals and how to crush them. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you for joining this group. Videos that are in this group are exclusively for this group only. They will not be on my other positivity page. So if you know anybody that can benefit from them, please feel free to add them. Also, above this video you will see a link that you can click on to follow me on Instagram, and also a link that you can subscribe to follow me on YouTube, where you can watch any videos that you may miss here. So I made a little announcement this afternoon. I'm currently working on a ebook, like a workbook for how to set goals and how to plan them. And it's nearly finished. Should be finished by tomorrow afternoon. I'm really excited about it, and what I'm offering is anybody that watches this video this evening, at the end of the video, please private message me through this group your email address, and I will certainly email you a copy of that ebook for free, completely for free. The ebook contains information on what are goals, goal planning, how to achieve those goals, and also it contains worksheets and planners that you can print off and use, would benefit you in your business or on your goal planning. So let's get started and go through tonight's video. So everyone, the first thing that I wanted to go through tonight is what is a goal, or what are goals. I don't know many people know this, but there are actually three types of goals: a lifetime goal, a short-term goal, or a long-term goal. But as you can see here, I'm more of a goal digger myself. So it all depends on what type of goal you want to set yourself. When we sit down to make goals, I don't think many of us actually prioritize our goals into the correct categories. So whether we prioritize it into a short-term goal, which could be something like, for me, organizing the children's clothes, a long-term goal, which also saving for a mortgage, or a lifetime goal, which could be something like retiring early. Once we prioritize these goals correctly, then it will be easier for us to start. So let's get started, everybody. So I hope you don't mind, but I had to turn on a light because it was getting very dark in here. My office isn't exactly in a very sunny area in the house. So we'll get started. So tonight's training again was on the 5 top tips. And the 5 top tips for me on setting your goals and crushing them would be: number 1, the thinking stage; number 2, the producing stage; number 3, the smart strategy stage; number 4, the planning stage; and number 5, the execution, which is also known as the crushing stage. And the way that I would start this would be the thinking stage, where I would now sit down and think to myself, what goals do I want to set out for the next week, or for the next year, 6 months, 2 years, depending on the type of goal, again being short-term, long-term, or lifetime goal. So it would be what I wanted to do. Once I have thought of my goals, I would then move on to the next stage, which would be the producing stage. So the producing stage for me would be physically writing my goals down, putting them on a goal board or a vision board, like here, something similar to what I have here. So I have a vision board here that I'm filling up with goals on a daily basis. Or I would, for example, make them known in a notebook, on your phone, on a post-it. Now, the producing stage is the important stage, because when you're writing down your goals, that's when you're physically seeing them written down for the first time, or texted out to yourself, or emailed to yourself. So they're now real. They're no longer in your head. You've taken the first step to producing your goals. You've also taken the first step to achieving your goals, because you've actually written them down. One word of advice: I would recommend making sure that you can visually see your goals on a daily basis. For example, in a post-it, put them in the bathroom, have them in your bedroom, put them in the car, have them available in the kitchen on a notice board. The more you see your goals, the more you can visualize being able to achieve them, and the more it will motivate you. Because at the end of the day, motivation is the key to achieving all of your goals. So that's the most important part, is being able to motivate yourself. If you don't see them, you'll tend to forget about them. And then in 6 months down the line, you realize, oh, I did say I'd do that. It's fine, just forget about it. That's not what we want to achieve here. So again, the second stage, producing them, is probably one of the most important stages as well, because as I said, it's the fun part. You get to write them down, you get to make them pretty, and best of all, in the ebook that I'm going to send you out, I'm going to have a goal planner, and I'm also going to have a printable worksheet for you to write down where you produce your goals and list them out under the specific categories, so short-term, long-term, or lifetime goal. So the next stage would be the SMART strategy stage. So the SMART goal setting stage is something that's used in a lot of businesses. Any of you that work in offices or work in any type of business at all may have used the SMART strategy stage before. For anybody that doesn't know what it is, I'm actually going to put up a picture now. So as you can all see here, we have the SMART strategy. Any of you that have not come across this before, I am going to go through it. SMART strategy for goals stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timed, as you can see here. So we'll start with the first one. So S stands for specific, and what this means for your goal process is specifically what exactly do you want to achieve? Where do you want to achieve this goal? How exactly are you going to achieve this goal? What time frame or when do you want to achieve this goal? And is this goal something you want to achieve on your own? Or with whom are you going to achieve this goal? So there's a lot thought goes into the specific part of the goal. So for M, it's measurable. So a measurable goal means that you basically have to identify exactly what it is you will see or you will feel when you reach your goal. So this basically means that you'll need to break down your goal into different measurable elements. So for example, like if your goal is to give up smoking, will you be happier if you don't have any evidence that you've given up smoking? So what it is it's basically you need to identify it. So you're happier with your goal when you know you've taken the next steps to give up smoking. You've started taking the patches, or you've gone to see somebody about it, or you've seen the money in your pocket because you've started saving because you've given up smoking. So that's the evidence that you've given up, is the money in your pocket, saving you, basically saving your life, your lifestyle. A is for attainable. So is your goal attainable? This basically means investigating whether the goal really is acceptable to you. So for example, you weigh up the efforts, the time, the costs of your goal will take against basically everything else in your life, the other priorities in your life. So how much effort was this goal going to take? Is it going to take up a lot of your time? And what is the cost involved in it? For example, if your goal is to go back to college, will you be able to work it around your daily life? Will you have to give up your job? Is it going to be cost effective? So that's what attainable would mean. Relevant. So the relevant part of the goal then is reaching your goal relevant to you? Now, I did mention this earlier as well, not to lie when you're writing down your goals, because you are going to be only one that'll see it, apart from maybe a family member or a friend, whoever you want to show it to. So there's no point in you writing down a goal that for example, I want to achieve, but you want to write it down because it sounds good too. It doesn't work that way. So you actually want to be able to write down a goal that's relevant to you. For example, do you actually want to be famous? Or is that something that secretly you'd love, but you don't actually want it? So it's not relevant to you. And then the last one, which would be timely. Okay, so this one is kind of very important as well, because time is money, as you all know. So this kind of corresponds with attainable. So basically the timely goal setting would be to make a tentative plan of everything you do. So everybody knows that there's a deadline in work or a deadline in school, deadline even when you're taking your kids to school. So it is important that you set yourself a deadline for your goal, especially your short-term goals. Lifetime goals, not so much, because we know you're working your whole life to get there, to get to that place. Long-term goals as well is something that timely would come under. But again, obviously it's a long-term goal, it's a longer specific time you're giving yourself. But be realistic and flexible with your time. For example, if you were to, again, state, I'm looking to go back to college in September, it's now July. Give yourself specific time. You may not be able to do it within the next 8 weeks and be able to put yourself in a position where you can go back, but you could say, you know what, I'm actually going to move that from my short-term goals to my long-term goals. And this time next year, I'm going to be happy to know that I am going to be going back to college in September, because I gave myself nearly a full 12 months to put everything in motion that I needed to go back there. So my goal was timely set up for myself. Now, also, what I'd just like to mention here with the SMART goals is that not everybody uses them. Not everybody believes that the SMART goals is the way to go. I do again have something printed out for everybody that I will send on with the ebook. It's not for everybody. You don't have to use it, but I just thought it was something that I would go through this evening for people. If you're anything like me, I like things to be organized and broken down so I can visualize it better. And I feel that the SMART goals is the way to go for this. So the final 2 points here to go through would be the planning stage. Planning, we kind of went through that in the SMART goals as well, but planning basically means putting your goals into practice, taking the first step to go out and achieving that goal that you said that you wanted to do. So, like for example, if in a short-term goal you wrote down that you wanted to lose weight by next week, a specific amount of weight, plan to do that. So get on your trainers, get on your runners, go out, walk, go to the gym, make a plan to do it, schedule time. So out of the SMART goals, this is where you'll be using the timely method. You will be making time to fit in your goals. Planning then as well comes around with, for example, making a schedule. As I just mentioned, I like to be organized. I like to plan things, so I'd have to have a schedule around it. I have 2 small children, so it would be something I'd have to plan around them as well. Not everybody can just write down goals and get up and do them. We all work. Most of us, we'd all have families. So it is something that you have to plan. Again, you know, planning things into a day is hard, but there is 24 hours in every day. It just depends on how we use it. But when you have them written down, it will be easier. I wanted to share a fact with you as well that I found out today, that basically you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. So this is why this training is really important, to make you realize that sitting here tonight saying, you know what, I actually feel better after watching that video. I'm going to go now and I'm going to say that in the next 6 months I want to change my job. And then you do nothing about it because you didn't write down what it is about your job you want to change. Why do you want to change your goal? What goal are you going to set out to change your job? How are you going to go about changing your job? You didn't set a plan in motion to achieve that goal. And that's why in 6 months' time you can turn around then and say, you know what, no, it didn't happen. I didn't plan it, so it didn't happen. So that's why tip 4, planning is also important. And this is my favorite time. So I love executing goals. I've been excited about coming to the end of this because tip 5 for me is where we get to celebrate that we have achieved our goals. In the ebook, I'm actually going to print out for you and give you also a little certificate for yourself, so that when you achieve your goals, I want you to sign them yourself. I want you to stick it up somewhere that you achieved your goals. That's why it's so important that you sign it, because you achieved it. Nobody else went out and achieved your goals from you. You crushed those goals. That's why you should be proud to put your name to a certificate and hang it up where you will see it daily. Again, on your vision board, in your kitchen, put it on your fridge, stick it in work, put it in a locker. You did it. Go you. That's why it's so important. Executing your goals is what we are all here for. It's what we all work for. So when I started this 10 or 15 minutes ago, this training, I was only explaining what a goal was. Now I'm excited to know how great it would feel to execute and to crush my goals. Like for example, today, I actually did go out and I did organise the clothes. It's such a relief to have the kids' clothes organised. It feels amazing. So this is why it is really, really important to write down even the shortest of goals, like the shortest short-term goals. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if it is to take 10 minutes for yourself once a week to do something that you want to do. After you've taken that 10 minutes, I want you to sit there and go me, I took time for myself and I crushed that goal. And when you do that and you feel the satisfaction of that feeling, it's going to make you want to go ahead and move closer to your long-term goals or your lifetime goals. I do want to thank everybody for taking the time and watching this video. It's a bit longer than expected. I am sorry about taking up time in people's evenings, but I'm really happy to do it. Again, anybody that does want this ebook, you need to private message me, okay, your email address, and what I'll do is I will email you back latest tomorrow evening with the ebook, because it is being edited at the moment. So once it comes back tomorrow evening, I will send it on. If you would like to comment below and let me know what you thought about this video, or leave me a review, it would really help me. Again, click on the link and subscribe to my YouTube video, please, if you would like to see any more videos that I put up, or follow my journey, and also follow me on Instagram. I want to wish everybody a great evening, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, bye.